So you have music that plays before practice.
Right.
And it's loud.
Right.
And it's usually rap music.
Well, we try to change that up.
Doesn't that put you in an awful mood for the rest of the practice?
No. I tell you what I've learned about music. I learned this really a lot about this. When we were at Georgia Tech and at Maryland with George O'Leary and Ralph, it was white noise. So it was just, the old UHF when the channel static, and it was just the worst headache by the end of practice. So then when I went to New England, it was music, and the players would put together these tapes or whatever, discs, and that was the music that they played, and it was great. The players loved it, the players were into it. And what I found was in New England, because football now more and more than in the past is about communication. Like in the past, I mean like 20 years ago, it's about players talking to each other on the field. And it forced them to use hand signals and read each other's lips. And I mean, it's really something that I thought was pretty interesting. And so when I came to Penn State, I feel that one of the things that we have to do is play fast. And so in order to play fast, we have to use code words and signals and, just do that to a guy and he knows what that means or whatever that may be. And when the music's blaring, and then and it forces them to communicate. And then when I coached in the Ohio game, I couldn't believe how loud it was in Beaver Stadium when we were on offense. In pro football, when you're on offense at home, it's like a library. That's why you hear those guys, the quarterbacks in that league doing, you can hear all their things. So we played the music more last year, and I think it really helped our team. So that's a long-winded answer, but it's really it's not just to have fun. But I also see where the young these guys, they love the music, they get into it, so it's pretty neat.
Does it create better morale?
I think so. What it does is, and you said like we play rap music, and we try to switch it up. In all seriousness, we give players, the players kind of choose the music. I know last year Stephon Morris would choose the music sometimes, and some of our younger coaches choose the music, and I know Larry Johnson has a disc that he plays every once in a while. So we switch it up. Some guys we play country sometimes we play rap, sometimes there's gospel music when it's Larry's disc and things like that. So it's pretty interesting to see, but yeah, no, the kids really enjoy it.
What were you talking about last year is all the stuff that you want to see your quarterback do in terms of not just on the field, like body language and in the room stuff.
Yeah.
One of the things I've heard is that Ferguson has really done a good job with that kind of stuff. Is that a fair? Talk about that a little bit. Talk about why that's important to you.
Yeah.
And
Tyler Ferguson is 19 years old, and this is his first time really this far away from home, and you think about him. The fact that he came to Penn State without ever having seen Penn State, threw his stuff in a suitcase and came out here 3,000 miles away from home. So with all that being said, and then all the things that were thrown at him in the classroom, academically, and then obviously in the football arena, as far as X's and O's, I believe he's done a good job. But he's a young guy, and he can always get better. He'd be the first one to tell you that. But yeah, it's, football, playing quarterback in football now is a very difficult deal. You've got to not only know your own system, your own teammates on offense, you have to understand what's going on defensively and how formations and personnel groupings affect the defense. So there's a lot of studying to do, and a lot of it has to be done on your own. And that's where, like, people always say to us, boy, you did a great job coaching Matt McGloin. Well, Matt McGloin did a lot of that on his own. He studied hard, he worked extra hard at it, he had a fantastic summer. He made a lot of progress during these months, May, June, July. I would see him out there all the time. Not allowed to watch him, but I would see him walking out there to throw or going into the film room on his own, and we're hoping that our young quarterbacks can do the same thing.
Well, I mean, I think what we all get out of the Caravan is an opportunity to present what's going on in Penn State athletics now. Last year was an opportunity to talk with people, and this is a continuation of that, where you're just out meeting people that are Penn State fans or interested in what's going on in athletics.
Can you talk a little about what Cael has accomplished in a very short time?
Well, I mean, I think if you're looking at what Cael's accomplished, you look at what Cael's accomplished starting in high school, and what he accomplished as a high school athlete, what he accomplished as a college athlete, what he accomplished in the Olympics, and what he's been able to do at a very rich tradition, proud state and university. I mean, there's been other stretches in men's wrestling, at Oklahoma State and Iowa, where they put together rosters that would just go out there and beat the hell out of people. And he's the guy right now. Every kid in the country, if he has a chance to wrestle for somebody, that's first choice. So it's hard to win. It might have been easier for him to win as a wrestler than as a coach, because as a wrestler he can control his preparation, his offense, his defense. When you're a coach, you're dealing with other people. It makes it a little tougher.
Are you guys the number one destination for women's volleyball, number one choice?
Well, I don't think we're the number one choice, but we've had a great program for a number of years, and so much of it just really coincided with the university. When we joined the Big Ten, we went from partial scholarships to full scholarships, and when a school makes a commitment to a program, it gives you an opportunity to win. It doesn't give you a guarantee that you're going to win. It gives you an opportunity to win. And I think, and at least in my case, I've kind of, outlasted the different perceptions of maybe women's volleyball and what it could achieve. But to me, it's a university function. We were at a good place and had great players that wanted to be good and wanted to play together, and when you do that, that's when we had that stretch where we not only were we winning national championships, we weren't losing games to anybody for a season. All of those players played professionally, so 4 of them are involved in the national team, and the two that weren't are giving it a shot now. So it's we were fortunate. We had a great roster.
My own T-shirt. I'm actually thinking about that for the next tour. But
What's it gonna say?
that's the problem.
Why doesn't O'Brien have a Sanderson T-shirt?
Yeah.
Well,
Seems like
they sell 110,000 tickets. We sell 6,500
okay.
for $6. And you know what I mean?
I
Yeah,
got
but
you.
you're
Besides
sellouts.
the man.
You're sellouts now.
Yeah. We've got it's a small arena. We're very happy with what we have. We're very happy.
Do you guys ever go to go to BJC at all?
That's we're definitely talking about it and thinking about it. It's kind of it's back and forth with our alumni and our fans, but I mean, we got a lot of people that don't get an opportunity to watch Penn State wrestling ever outside of on TV, so it'd be nice to move over there maybe once a year or so and give everybody a chance to come to one match. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now, but I hate to give up that, the Breck Hall and the tradition and the, that environment that we have there. I mean, that's amazing.